and gentlemen, and we are just 1 week away from Battlegrounds. Welcome to Whassup Wrestling in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at the Stampede Center. And with 6 days until his judgment comes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Colin Styles. No, Craig Stevens. What a way to begin the show. It is just the start of the show. Craig Stevens will be facing the Judgment Day Phenom in 1 week's time at Battlegrounds. Well, the last time we saw Craig, he was basically being knocked clean out of his boots by Jeffery Jones. Exactly the funnest time for him. Of course, we don't see him with his new valet, Maple. We may have just taken from Moose. And speaking of Moose, here he comes, the big man. Finally, he'll be able to get his hands on Craig Stevens for stealing Maple from him. It was an awesome back and forth match. Just post Money in the Bank, where these two behemoths of personal style met each other. Unfortunately, it was not Moose's night. And tonight, both these men will be facing off against one another in a battle royal. And as fans prepare themselves for the former $1 million champion Ranger, a man who has had quite the storied career, decimating damn near every opponent he has come across. It is Ranger, who unfortunately lost a lot of his momentum after losing the $1 million championship to Wild Child. He never cashed in his rematch, saying that he had bigger fish to fry. And tonight there will be two big men for him to fry. Two big fish, I should say, rather. And speaking of former $1 million champions, it was just last week in a contest against Number Guy that Wild Child lost his championship. And that title will be defended later on tonight. Number Guy has already stated he will be a true fighting champion, defending his title every show he can. Unfortunately, it will not be a rematch from Wild Child. Will instead be cashing in said rematch at Battlegrounds. It'll be Wild Child to take on the winner of tonight's $1 million championship matchup between Number Guy and Tony J. Smith. An interesting matchup that will be for Battlegrounds on any level. The rumors are high that there is, of course, another singles title coming to Whassup Wrestling. It's unknown what title or when, but it will happen soon. could be another welcoming party. Here we have a new arrival to Whassup Wrestling. The enforcer for the council, personally hired by Stephanie McMahon as her bodyguard. This is King Valentine. This man is not exactly mincing words or not shy to show himself off. Making himself a proverbial statue. A masterpiece, as it were. The man who stands at 7 foot. Another behemoth here in Whassup Wrestling. Doubt anyone will be challenging Stephanie McMahon, especially as she seems to be expanding her control outside of the council. Stepping into the male competition side. Hopefully after an intro like this, the other 5 competitors don't exactly see him as an immediate target. Of course, that could be the case. And here we go. Wild Child, almost damn near eliminates King Valentine after such a lengthy entrance. A startling clothesline, but Valentine managing to catch himself. And there we see Moose attempting to eliminate Canuck. And now Valentine surprisingly going straight for Ranger. Wild Child and Craig Stevens off on the sidelines. Looks like Craig wants a piece of Wild Child. Moose with that heavy drop kick and a sidewalk slam to Ranger. That could have eliminated the former $1 Million champion right there with that level of height. Now Wild Child countering DDT. Now King Valentine just knocking Ranger down with a headbutt. And Craig Stevens is already eliminated. Wild Child has eliminated Craig Stevens. Ranger laying on the outside, taking a breather. This does not bode well for Craig Stevens, who will be facing against the Judgment in 7 days' time. And now Canuck attempting to eliminate Wild Child. Wild Child will need some momentum going into his title match in just 7 days' time. And now King Valentine is the one taking the break as Wild Child taking down the tag team champion, and Moose drops Ranger. We should note that there is still some personal animosity between Canuck and Ranger. It seems that Canuck is now turning his attention back to Wild Child. Now Canuck attempting to eliminate King Valentine. Will this be it for the glorious one? No, he holds on, but Canuck goes for the second level. Here comes Wild Child with the assist. Wild Child, and no. Valentine knocking them both back. Now Moose with Ranger on his shoulder. And now Wild Child trying to help Moose. And Moose just giving up. Was Wild Child just set up there? Or is Moose wanting to do all this by himself? Wild Child taking a moment in the corner. And Canuck just nailed down there by King Valentine. Moose going low. And clothesline. And yes! Wild Child is out. We are down to 4 of the biggest men in Whassup Wrestling. And this is just the start of the night. Hopefully this ring will hold. And Canuck showing his power. And now Moose, Ranger up on his shoulder, but no! Ranger pushes and knocks him down. And Canuck looking for a power bomb. Is he going to get it? Unfortunately, the momentum. But it wasn't exactly good for Valentine himself. And then we see Wild Child sauntering to the back. Slowly but surely. And the fight that fans have been waiting for, Canuck and Ranger. Canucks rolling to the outside. There's a pendulum backbreaker there by Moose. Now Ranger rolling to the outside as well. It's just down to King, Valentine, and Moose. Ranger and Canuck are still active competitors. And Moose with a German suplex. But Canuck coming up from behind. But no, he's going straight for Ranger. Pulling him back into the ring. He can't eliminate him as he was. It needs to go over the top rope. And now Canuck and Ranger fighting in the bottom corner. Moose and King Valentine in the top corner. And King Valentine has been busted open. Moose attempting for a clothesline and Ranger attempting to eliminate the tag team champion Canuck, but he fights back. And there we see the blood streaming over King Valentine's face. And now Ranger up. A different affair than from their first encounter. Several displays of strength there by Canuck. But not to be outdone. Moose displaying his own. Well, that's not going to do that open gash any favors. Ranger countering out from the corner. Still a little bit dazed. And Canuck coming in from the side. And now it's Canuck and Moose, Ranger and King Valentine. And King Valentine is trying to kick his way out. But again, every man is just letting up on that blood. Now it's Moose rolling to the outside. And King Valentine has been eliminated. We are down to 3. And Canuck, that hard suplex, getting an equally hard boot. We're still recovering. And now Ranger attempting to lift Canuck up over the ring rope. But this can't work. No, of course not. It never works when you're trying to lift from the corner. This is not the early 90s. And Canuck, rather than just throwing Ranger out, wants to continue on with this showing of strength and dominance. But along comes Moose. Straight shot there and a chop straight across the hairy chest. Perhaps if Moose wins here tonight, he'll have won back Maple's attention. Now Canuck trying it down in the corner. I highly doubt he's going to get much out of it. There we are. Moose fighting back, and now Ranger steadily getting to his feet. Now Ranger up, bringing up Canuck. But Canuck fighting back. And Moose just runs right through Canuck. Ranger is laid out. And Moose, the only man standing. He's going to wait for Ranger to get up. And what's this? Suplex backbreaker. Will that be it for Ranger? Ranger fighting back. And what a shining wizard there by Moose. The most agile big man in Whassup Wrestling. And now Moose is busted open. That does not bode well for Moose, but another backbreaker there to Ranger. And Canuck, 2 shots to that busted open face, and Ranger trying to get up on his own terms. And trying to get Canuck over those ropes. So he's unable to even start. Ranger rebounded in right into the big boot. And Canuck taking a momentary breather. This is definitely way more different than their first encounter. And now Canuck, trio of elbow shots. Moose now to his feet. Moose fighting back. Ranger still laid out. No, Ranger crawling his way to the corner turnbuckle. Ranger now to his feet. And Moose is eliminated. It's down to Ranger and Canuck. But it's as if Canuck knew this was happening. Now Gorilla Press. Ranger dropped face first onto the canvas. This could be Canuck's revenge. The revenge he's been waiting 3 months for. The Ranger just dropped. The Ranger is fighting back. What a hard shot there. Now what's Ranger got in mind? What's he got in mind here? It's a spear. Spear to Canuck. And now Ranger is busted open. Canuck has busted open another competitor. And DDT. But this may not even slow down Ranger, the former $1 million champion. There's not much left in Ranger's tank, as we can see. Now, Ranger with the power driver. Ranger with the power driver, and yes! Power driver to Canuck by Ranger. And this is the furthest that Ranger can get to winning the match. Ranger to his feet, but no, Canuck. And Canuck now wins! Canuck the winner! Dork I'm just coughing. I'm choking on my own spit. What a matchup. Finally, 3 months later, revenge for Canuck. There we see the third of the elbow drops. And then the power driver. And then this retribution. Canuck, the sole survivor. Perhaps he will become the new dominant figure here in Whassup Wrestling. Alongside his partner, Crackerjack, the tag team champions. And if you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be seeing Anya in action for the first time here in Whassup Wrestling. As she is set to take on Crystal Blake. Wonders never cease here in Whassup Wrestling. You never know what you're going to miss. or C. Of course, it was just a matter of time. Well, this should be an interesting one. That's, to say the least. I guess Anya is just trying to inspire her members of Harem. Or at the very least show a certain member of the roster what she can do. And that person being Honey Rydell, who will be facing off against every member of the Harem during the Battlegrounds pre-show. So be sure for that to come and witness that one. Yeah, I'm still suffering the effects of that Battle Royale earlier. I swear I'm doing better. Here we are. Crystal Blake, Anya, ready to compete for this one. And exactly what the hell is this? And it's Zahara coming down to the ring. She's not making her presence known, at least on the inside. She seems to be sticking to the outside, and perhaps thankfully so. She's just going to be sitting back and watching this one. And here we go, and Anya. A very impressive hit scissors there. Honestly, we thought that Anya would just run from the ring. And unfortunately, Anya's just not able to capitalize on the absolute confusion that Crystal must be going through right now. And Crystal kicking hard into Anya's back. Anya with a corner Hurricane Rana. We will be seeing Zahara in, at least legally, by the ringside later on tonight, as her wife Katalina takes on Harper Maloney. He missed Money in the Bank. Now Anya with a very disrespectful slap to the face. What a surprise it would be for Anya to win her first match here in Whassup Wrestling. She hasn't specified yet whether she'll be taking part in that Honey versus the Harem deal or not. Though if she wins here against Crystal, I doubt she'll put her, what she would call an undefeated streak, on the line. But that thus far remains to be seen. But it very well could be the case, as Anya is all over Crystal here. Of course, we still have Zahara on the outside just watching this one going through. And now Crystal finally fighting back. And Crystal seems to have had enough of Anya. Yelling down at her, letting her know exactly what she thinks. And a hard clothesline, sending the Goddess of the Harem to the outside. Katie and Atsuko and Sasha must not know what to think on this one. And now, suplex. Anya just dropped to the hard mats on the outside there. Now Anya with a spinning head scissors. Referee up, getting close to 8. Is just about to call it. Now Anya giving a few words down to Crystal. Don't know how much registered to the PTC member. And there with a backbreaker. Heading up to the middle rope. Trying for another Hurricanrana. Unsuccessful. Gets nothing but a face full of top turnbuckle post. Crystal now sharing a few words with Zahara on the outside. Now, Crystal putting a lot into that arm wrench. Though every time she lifts, she does slowly bring Anya towards the ropes, but it doesn't seem to matter as Anya manages to counter out. Anya going for a cover. And just a 2 count. And it was only a matter of time until Anya tried to turn her attention to the crowd, trying to rile them up in her favor. And surprisingly, Anya has done rather well in this whole contest. Except now, as she attempts to slash but misses. Now, Crystal just kicking down on the Harem's Goddess. Now, belly to belly there from Anya. Crystal laid out, going for the cover. Will this be it? 2, and was that? No, just 2. Almost 3. I thought I heard the 3. And Anya just throwing Crystal across the ring there. Superb levels of strength, and again going for the cover. 1, 2, and will it? 3. Anya wins. A victory for Anya means a victory for the harem, and Crystal is back to her feet, but Zahara comes from behind. Just laying out Crystal. And now Zahara continuing the assault. Will Crystal even make it to the ring for the sake of her partner later on tonight? And Crystal fighting back. These 2 women will be involved in the tag team matchup at Battlegrounds. It'll be the PTC against Zahara and Katalina once more. And Crystal managing to fight back. Well, what's Crystal doing here now? Referee on the outside trying to stop this one. And Crystal with an elbow drop. She doesn't seem to be finished with it though. Crystal running right through Zahara. Whassup Wrestling is brought to you by Snacky S'mores. Eat Snacky S'mores. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And here we have Jeffery Jones, Bobbo, and Samoa Joe set to face off. We saw the Judgment Day. Craig Stevens will be seeing the Judgment Day soon. And perhaps Samoa Joe will see the Judgment Day for his actions. And there's Bobbo calling on the crowd support, as always. Bobbo flung aside. And Samoa Joe just hanging off to the side. Bobbo ruining whatever plans Samoa Joe had. Oh! And it looks like he had planned a powerbomb. And it looks like he wants to give him another one, and just bringing up Bobbo from the canvas. And this is a Falls Count Anywhere triple threat matchup. Now Samoa Joe headbutting Jeffery's wrist, and now Jeffery fighting back. Jeffrey Jones, who has thus far had quite the career, defeating the Dork Killer in his debut match. Defeating Craig Stevens in just a couple of moves. Losing out to Tornado, but doing so gracefully. A victory here tonight would mean a victory over two former Universal Champions. Whatever plans are being made for the new singles title here in Whassup Wrestling, a man like Jeffrey Jones would definitely be a part of them. And there's Samoa Joe bringing Bobbo up and just flinging him over off his shoulders, and now going for the cover. Now Samoa Joe just waiting, pumping himself up, getting that blood flowing. And Jeffrey Jones from behind. And now Bobbo from behind. And Bobbo just a surprise kick to Jeffrey's face. You have to pay attention to these triple threat matches. There's no one to distract everyone. And Jeffrey going straight up to the top rope. Double underhook suplex. And Samoa Joe back to his feet. And already going right back to work on Bobbo. But Bobbo fighting back. And managing to suplex the big man. And the crowd is on their feet. Now Bobbo again turning his attention to Jeffrey Jones, with Jeffrey catching him and hot-shotting him right off the top rope. This has thus far been a night of surprising upsets. Canuck winning the Battle Royal. Anya defeating Crystal Blake. And a surprising double team. But you're not going to get much out of that, Samoa Joe. Jeffrey thrown to the corner, countering out of there, and Bobbo still lying on the ring. Now Jeffrey with the cover. A good time for a cover, but just getting a 1 count. Now just torquing the neck. Bobbo off to the side. Fighting for crowd support. And Jeffrey launched right off in the air. And now Bobbo coming in. Throwing everything he has at the Samoan bulldozer. Samoa Joe. Now both Bobbo and Jeffrey in the corner. It looked like Samoa Joe was trying for his corner splash, but no, Jeffrey Jones once again, second time in a row, fighting out of Jeffrey's plans, and Samoan drop. And Bobbo with the Hurricane Rana. Bobbo telling Jeffrey that that's it. This victory is mine, and Bobbo with the Bobbo knee. Samoa Joe trying to get to the ropes, trying to make his way up. And Bobbo dropping Jeffery, and Jeffery going for the cover. Or Samoa Joe. Sorry. And now Samoa Joe, Bobbo up on his shoulders. Bobbo for the second time this match, hot shotted off the top rope. Hard hit there by Bobbo, and Bobbo, he's got Samoa Joe up, and Bobbo with the Bobbo forearm. Bobbo forearm to the back of the neck, and there's the cover. Jeffery Jones just to his feet, makes the save. And Bobbo, the side Russian leg sweep. Bobbo looking for, is he going to get it? He's the Bobboplex, Bobbo going for the cover. Samoa Joe is still down. This could be it. 1, 2, and no! Jeffery Jones, 2.5. Bobbo just about had it. And Bobbo with the front drop kick straight into Jeffrey's face. And here comes Samoa Joe just rampaging his way straight through Bobbo. And Samoa Joe, German suplex, Tiger suplex, and German suplex again. And this could be it. Another victory for Samoa Joe. Jeffery Jones unable to get up, and Bobbo managing to kick out. Jeffery slowly getting up. Bobbo fighting back. And Bobbo with the spinning neck breaker. And Jeffery just clothesline straight out. Jeffery trying to pump himself up, but he doesn't get much of anything. Just a clothesline from Bobbo. And Bobbo is confused. He doesn't know who to go for. Samoa Joe, Jeffery Jones, they're both the prone targets. Samoa Joe slowly making his way to the ring. And Bobbo just knocking Jeffery back down. There's no count because this is an Anywhere Falls matchup. So really these three can be fighting in the crowd. Bobbo with another forearm to the back of Samoa Joe's neck. Jeffery Jones in the ring. Jeffery, he's just standing off to the side. What was Jeffery thinking? Is he a smile timer? And Jeffery now. Jeffery with the German suplex. And the clothesline. It was that clothesline that left Craig Stevens' boots in the ring just 2 weeks ago. And no! Bobbo's boots are staying on. Samoa Joe is still out of it. Bobbo bouncing off the corner. Backdrop there by Jeffery Jones. Samoa Joe leaving himself open, calling Jeffery over, and Jeffery responds with a sidewalk slam. Of course, by now these moves are starting to take their toll on Jeffery himself. Samoa Joe managing to get up to his feet. And Jeffery Jones is throwing him straight out of the corner. And now, diving headbutt down to the shoulder. Bobbo breaking up the cover. Now, Jeffery with a hard clubbing shot and another one. Bobbo taking out the knee, trying for a clothesline, but no. Jeffery, Bobbo countering. Back down on his feet. Hard shot. Bobbo with the Bobbo forearm. Bobbo with the cover. Samoa Joe steadily still off his feet. No! Bobbo victorious here tonight. Bobbo victorious with the Bobbo forearm. we saw the first Bobbo forearm. It wasn't to the back of the neck, it was just to the shoulders. Samoa Joe with that hard German suplex. And Bobbo victorious here. It wasn't over Samoa Joe, but a victory is a victory for the former Universal Champion. The man who just wants to bring smiles to everyone's faces. Bobbo does what he can and takes what he can get. This is just earlier tonight. Bit of a confrontation there. Dork Killer and Jamie Hill. And Dork Killer with a sudden assault and Jamie Hill firing back. And the two just sharing blows back and forth. The Dork Killer always wanted his chance against Jamie Hill. He'll be getting it at Battlegrounds. His rematch for the Universal title. But it seems that Jamie Hill will have to survive this heinous assault in the backstage area. For the past few weeks, Dork Killer has been doing everything he can to keep Dexter Spectacular out of his coming title match. In the process of doing so, he's managed to put Pimp Daddy on the shelf. Perhaps with an assault equal to this, or perhaps more heinous. Though I doubt that the Dork Killer will want to accept such a victory. This is just about weakening the Universal Champion. And Jamie trying his best to fight back. He doesn't have Finn Balor in his corner on this one. And Dork Killer fighting back, elbow to the face, and Northern Lights suplex. And Dork Killer just getting his head up just in time. Now security, rather than actually helping, are just running away from this one. You see a steel chair just set up haphazardly. Thankfully, Dork Killer just moves right by, but what are they doing in the parking lot? See cars, limousine, and truck. And forklift, and we know that there's an ambulance out to the side. There it is. The Dork Killer fighting back hard. Straight shots, knocking just the champion back. Now Jamie just lying out on the hard concrete. The hard polished concrete, and slammed right face first into the wall. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle and Honey. Honey desperately set to correct what she calls the record lost. She truly felt that she should have been victorious just last week in that fatal four-way. But that Kyle had just stolen it. Of course, it was a bit of a humiliating loss there for Honey. As at the very end, Honey was unable to stop the pinfall when she missed with that low drop kick. Of course, Honey is also hoping to come out of here with a victory, as she'll be going into Battlegrounds to take on the Harem. That is the entirety of the Harem. Not in a 1-on-3 matchup, but in a gauntlet-style match on the Battlegrounds pre-show. No word on a stipulation on whether Honey joins if she loses, though I doubt that she would sign up on that. And Kyle now fighting back against Honey. The Parisian taking some elbows to the back. And for those wondering at home, yes, of course, Kaio is an elf. Whassup Wrestling is an equal opportunity company. We take anyone willing to put their bodies on the line for your entertainment. Now Kyle trying for the first pinfall here. Not even a 1 count. And, ooh, what strength there by Kyle. Lifting Honey straight up. Now taking a momentary breather. And Honey this time countering with a reverse DDT. Showing a bit of athleticism. And now Kaio with a jawbreaker and a stiff forearm shot. And rolling right through Honey. This could be a quick match. 2 and no. Unfortunately, not even a 2 count. And Kaio already looking, hoping to end this one early. Honey powerbomb down 2, and no, Honey managing to kick out. But Kaio is quick to the top rope. Honey's coming up to her feet, and Kaio top rope Hurricane Rana. This is definitely not going the way that Honey had hoped it would. But Honey with her own Hurricane Rana. Now taking a momentary breather in the far corner. Oh, straight kick right to the face. And a spinning heel kick. And now Honey looks like she might be trying for Honey Glazed. And following that hard kick, there'll be no wonder if Kaio stays down, and she does. And Honey making short work of Kaio. Of course, certainly that kick to the face. And Kaio back up to her feet. Kaio offering a handshake, and Honey takes it. Honey accepts it. Kaio accepting the loss, and Honey just watching her. Hopefully you got all that, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try to get her microphone working this time. And in case you missed it, it's an announcement that this is, of course, set for the $1 Million Championship. Tony J. Smith was handpicked as Number Guy's first defense, given their contest just a few weeks ago. That one with both men being bloody. Don't exactly know what Tony thinks of being just given the title shot. the back of his mind, he did something to earn it. But regardless, here he is, #1 contender to the $1 Million Championship. I'll at least give him something, as his partner Roger Desmond is current holder of the Money in the Bank. Last week we saw Natural Greatness defeating Rough and Tough, certainly pushing them ahead in the tag team division. And now there he is, the $1 Million Champion, Number Guy. Just last week he defeated Wild Child in a matchup that could have gone either way. As we said earlier, he's planning to be a fighting champion, meaning every show that he can compete on, he intends to defend the title for as long as he holds it. And we know the next competitor in line, regardless of who wins here tonight, will be Wild Child at Battlegrounds, who will be taking in his rematch. And there we see the Natural all alone. But I doubt he would want Roger out here for this one in any capacity. Tony is certainly ready for this one. And of course, the $1 Million Champion himself, Number Guy, who only just came to this company just a few weeks ago and is already a crowned champion. Ireland's own Number Guy. And now, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Tony J. Smith is ready. Number Guy is ready. The referee is ready, calling for the bell. Both men meeting each other in the middle. Number Guy with the early advantage. Just flinging Tony back into the ring. The last time we saw these two men in the ring at the same time, they were busted open. And Tony looks to be trying to get back to at least half that state. Most definitely 2 low DDTs in a row. Now stomp to the back of the head. And a hard neck breaker. Trying to club, but manages to get him in, and no, Number Guy countering it out, arm drag. Number Guy, ooh, knee to the face. Looks like Number Guy's trying to bust Tony open as well. Now Tony suplexing Number Guy across the ring. Trying for an early cover, but he's not going to get much. Doesn't even get the 1 count. Now Tony just torquing the neck. Battlegrounds is thus far open to either of these two. We know that one of them will be facing off against Wild Child. We just don't know who. You see Number Guy just flipping and throwing Tony all around the ring. Now up on the middle rope. Tony staggering to his feet. And Number Guy with a front drop kick. Just finding enough room, and Tony needing to head outside, take a momentary breather. And we do mean momentary. Tony again. Tony almost sent to the outside on a second time. Hard backbreaker there by the Natural. Who again tries to pump himself up. Guy brought to his feet, and Tony with another suplex. And a high angle slam there to Number Guy. Tony once more just methodically stalking around Number Guy, stomping down on any part of him that moves. And now Number Guy with a kick of his own. Tony countering out. No DDT for him, and a hard shot there, busting Number Guy open. This could be it too, and no. But Tony J. Smith has succeeded in busting Number Guy open. And now he's just throwing everything about Number Guy hard against the canvas. And now Number Guy countering out. It's Number Guy. Number Guy kicked away. And Tony psyching himself up. And hard DDT right off the ropes. But he's not done yet. But Number Guy stepping away, stepping out of reach, and now DDT to Tony. The $1 Million Champion is fighting back. He's got Tony up. Tony into the corner. And Number Guy bringing out the numbers. 10 times in the top corner turnbuckle. And Number Guy just watching Tony, just watching him crawl. And Number Guy brought him to his feet, and another cutter. This could be it. 2 and 3. Tony is victorious. The new number one, or the new $1 Million Champion. A hard-fought victory for the Natural. It looks like Number Guy had chosen wrong. And there we see the repeated shots in the corner. And the cutter that did it all. And there he is, finally. He can call himself champion. $1 Million Champion. And he will be facing against Wild Child at Battlegrounds. Tony's certainly proud. And here's ready for some more singles action in the Vixens arena. Katalina Star making her singles debut here. Having herself just a handful of tag team matches. And there we see her wife, Zahara Madigan-Star, walking in behind. As we saw her making herself very well noticed in Crystal's matchup against Anya. Crystal will not be coming down to the ring based upon the advice given to her by her manager, Paige. Katalina Star, who we last saw trying to take on both the Bella twins. Now Paige bringing Harper down to the ring. Harper, of course, the Miss Money in the Bank. Guaranteed title shot of her choosing at any moment within the next year. And we will be seeing the PTC in competition just next week, as they take on Zahara and Katalina a second time. The first time was their breathtaking back and forth action from the tag team tournament. And Harper doesn't seem to be taking Katalina all too seriously, as we can see why. Harper taking a clear chance here. Coming with the ring right by Zahara, and now nailing Katalina with another elbow drop. Katalina finally managing to fire back with a few hard-hitting moves of her own. And Katalina with a straight shot, taking another one to her. And Harper with the jawbreaker. Now Harper with their own little power slam. Katalina fighting back. Knee to the face. As her wife watches on from the outside. Shirley cheering Katalina on, and now Harper fighting back, but no, it's a jawbreaker from Katalina. And Katalina, so she's taking a page out of Roxy's book. She's unable to get that kick in, and now Harper going for the first cover. Not even a one count. Far too quick. Zahara watches on with a look of concern on her face. Of course, she didn't look too concerned earlier when she was trying to attack Crystal from behind. But that attack didn't exactly bowl over very well. And Katalina with the hard kicks. I mentioned earlier before that in the tournament, Katalina and Zahara were eliminated in the semifinals against the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins will be taking a second chance at the women's tag team titles, taking on the Glow Girls. or the combination of Riley Everett and Emily Stratfield, depending upon who wins our main event. And now Harper getting a 1 count. That's definitely one step further than the last time she attempted to cover. Now Harper having a few words with Zahara, but you really need to pay attention to your opponent. And Katalina trying to spear Harper through the ropes. She's unable to, and Harper with a dazzling head scissors, and yes! Harper getting a little bit of a dance. She's definitely used to doing that, and leg drop to the back of Zahara's or Catalina's neck. Now Harper with a shining wizard, catching Katalina across the back of the head. Has her set up. But she wants Katalina on her feet, and Harper just barely managing to get her butt in Catalina's face. But she took a fair bit of the fall herself. Will that be enough? 1, and no, just a quick 1 count. Paige on the outside, cheering her student on. Katalina in firm control, big boot in the corner. Katalina now trying to show off a bit of dominance, taking a moment to show off to the crowd. Surprisingly, Zahara approves. And now, what a suplex there by Katalina. Harper rolling up to the outside, taking a break, but comes running back in. Now Katalina's set up for nice little flipping slam from the top. And Harper with a fist drop. And Zahara up on the apron. Katalina fighting back, but comes right into a jawbreaker. Harper with a straight shot. And now the backdrop. And the bunny girl is getting ready to end this one. And a dropping suplex. This could be it. And once more Zahara up on the apron. Distracting the referee, trying to keep her wife in on this one. And Harper with a running elbow drop. Katalina may have just wished to just have this one end. There'll always be a tomorrow. But not if Harper is allowed to continue her own dominance over Katalina. Now Katalina with the Anaconda Vice. Will Harper tap out? And she doesn't know. She manages to kick her way out of it. And Katalina returning a quick shot, and no! Sling blade there by Harper. Just suddenly out of nowhere. But Katalina kicking out. Perhaps taking a bit too long of a recovery. But now Katalina fighting back. And German suplex. Katalina taking a moment to reassure her wife on the outside that she is still able to continue. Katalina, oh, Harper's face drove right into the middle turnbuckle. And will this be it? 2 and 3, yes! Madigan-Star victorious here. Zahara put a lot of faith in her wife, and that faith paid off. There we see the Anaconda Vice. And then we see the moment that Harper was able to counter out of it. And that sling blade that could have been the end of it. And then this devastating maneuver. And Katalina victorious and absolutely ecstatic over it. What momentum they'll have when they take on the PTC. And shoot, we never did get around to fixing her mic. But this is, of course, the Title 4 title matchup. It is Emily's Women's Championship against Iida's half of the Women's Tag Team Championship. Which, of course, just means that if Iida loses, then Emily will just be the Tag Team Champion alongside Riley. Riley's title is not up for grabs here. But if Iida wins, then Iida will be a Women's Champion alongside the Tag Team Champion. This is about the only way that Iida could get her second chance at the Women's Championship. And we'll see if she's able to capitalize upon it this time. And here she comes alongside the council's cheerleader, the women's champion, Emily Stratfield. As we all know, Emily defeated Sasha Banks at Extreme Rules in that 15-minute Iron Woman matchup with a score of 5-2. Just absolutely dominating Sasha in that one. Which was just the cause for Sasha joining the harem and Emily continuing on as the women's champion and has been since. Emily, of course, the pride and joy of the council ever since Summer Holly Madison lost her Vixen's Championship against Roxy Stevenson. Noted before that this is Iida's second attempt at the Women's Championship. Her first was at Money in the Bank, losing out after having won the Queen of the Ring tournament. And Emily right now is the one member of the council who will not be participating in that council Evil Girls huge battle at Battlegrounds. given that Stephanie has given her that night off, though we may see her in active competition, fighting alongside Riley against the Bella Twins. That is, if Iida is unsuccessful in taking the women's championship from Emily. So Iida starting off strong. You see Emily's sister Kitty on the outside. And we see Riley on the other side there. And Iida trying for a missile dropkick, unable to get it. Emily just swatting her aside and just waiting now. It almost seemed as though she was just trying to give Iida a chance to fight back. Just seeing that attempt at a missile dropkick is pathetic. But now Emily has no interest in giving Iida that fighting chance. Emily burying that knee into Atsuko's midsection. And now Emily up onto the top. And just managing to drop her entire weight across Iida's chest. Emily with the cover, and no, just the 2 count, or just the 1 count, sorry. Of course, Emily's not too upset about that. She just continues the assault. Referee a bit in the way as we do make out that slap, but Iida firing back with an arm drag. Now trying on the sleeper. Emily trying to fight out of it. And she does. Elbows to the midsection. Gets her out. And now kicks in the midsection and almost tried powerbomb, but Atsuko with the sunset flip. And Atsuko wins. Sunset flip. Can you believe it? Atsuko was a surprising win. Atsuko is the women's champion. She put everything she had on the line. Emily trying for a powerbomb, but Atsuko sunset flip. Emily was not ready. She was in no way prepared for this one. As there we see the count. 2. And Atsuko, the women's champion. Do you believe in miracles, ladies and gentlemen? Because you may have just witnessed one here tonight. Kitty watches on, not certain how to react. Riley in the far corner, applauding her champion, her partner. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you at Battlegrounds.